After a moral failure or a sudden trauma, we often focus on the initial event. But there is an invisible danger that follows, the silent window where we decide how to respond to the pain. Our default human reaction is to withdraw. We pull away from loved ones, avoid our communities, and process in total silence. This is the myth of the solo healer, the false belief that you are entirely responsible for fixing your own brokenness before you are allowed to seek support. It's the idea that you must be clean before you are worthy. This instinct functions as a tactical error. By hiding the wound, you ensure it stays exactly where it is, shielded from the very influences that could provide a solution. Attempting to repair yourself in isolation strips away your external supports. It leaves you exposed to a cycle of self-blame that makes forward progress nearly impossible. This is where the struggle shifts from a psychological event to a spiritual battlefield. Once alone, the internal voice you listen to determines whether you recover or spiral. The path splits based on how we define failure. Guilt identifies behavior, I made a mistake. But shame labels your identity, I am a mistake. This triggers a sharp drop in dopamine and serotonin, creating a loop of physical exhaustion and emotional paralysis. When the fog of shame thickens, it produces spiritual amnesia. You lose your grasp on your divine identity, your covenants, and the very purpose for which you were created. The strategy here is simple. If shame can convince you that your brokenness is permanent, it can persuade you to stop seeking a way out. The adversary executes this by disguising these accusations as your own thoughts. He wants you to believe that the voice of condemnation is actually your own conscience. This creates a closed loop. Withdrawal feeds shame, and that shame makes the prospect of reaching out feel even more dangerous. Jesus Christ offers a method that contradicts this cycle. He does not wait for a version of you that has everything figured out. Christ intentionally enters the mess while the wound is still fresh. He works with the person you are right now, not the person you hope to eventually become. Wholeness is a collaborative process. While the adversary demands perfection before presence, Christ uses his presence to create the very healing we lack. The atonement provides a specific kind of spiritual engineering. It compensates for the gaps in our strength and rebuilds the confidence that failure erodes. In this framework, repentance becomes a rhythm of daily refinement, a consistent course correction that functions more like an energizing spiritual workout. To break the shame loop, you must re-establish external connections, connection to Christ, to objective truth, and to a community that understands the mechanics of recovery. Growth requires shared strength. Within a group, we find the specific vocabulary and collective resilience needed to navigate the fog that once kept us paralyzed. You can put down the impossible burden of trying to solve these deep spiritual and emotional challenges alone. Stop trying to fix yourself in the dark. Schedule a consultation today and join a team designed to help you see clearly again. Stepping out of the shadows isn't just a request for help. It is the decisive moment where the isolation trap loses its power over your soul.